Hello, everyone. Oh, brother. It is a day. Just kind of cleaning up things. All right, today is not the day that it was supposed to be. Oh, this is also not a PCB Way sponsored stream. I'll have to disable that on every thing. That's right. Hello. So, I kind of got messed up. Hey, Belmont. I kind of got messed up by... oh, God, my shirt is nasty. I just was at my neighbor's house watching their dogs. And, yeah, they're kind of nasty. Hey, Belmont. Okay, so this is not the stream that I wanted it to be because I'm still waiting for parts from DigiKey. For some reason, my parts are just in limbo land. To finish the Micro 8088 build. Yeah, let me just pull them out here. I got pretty far. All the parts that I had, I'll show them off here. This is as far as I got. Here's the RTC is pretty much complete except for the chips, just need to get populated. Got the OPL2 board pretty much populated. Again, missing some caps and things up here. And then the VGA card. Put the thing on it. Looks pretty snazzy with the back plate on. Looks pretty good. So, anyways, still waiting on parts, so can't really finish these things. So that's a bummer, but it is what it is. Today was an interesting day, but if you know, you know. I apologized to CO. Yeah, maybe he'll show up. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm gonna dive right in because there's a lot that we can do. So the work looks great. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm excited. For some reason I took apart I have three Xboxes. Actually, now I have a fourth one, original Xbox. Because I'm gearing up to do a new YouTube video, not a stream. So I don't know what that will mean for the live stream itself. If I can't really do both, but that's right. We'll figure that out when we get there. But for some reason, I took my original Xbox HDMI. This is an Xbox HDMI, not an HD Plus or a Stellar. I took this all apart from my 1.0 Xbox. So I'm trying to put that all back together. I'm having problems with my Stellar Xbox using the Xbox, the Xbox One HD Plus version 1 update thing. For some reason, it's not working with either the Morph or the RetroTank. So I have a whole other Stellar and a whole Stellar Xbox HD Plus. So I bought a fourth console. So basically, what I want to do is I want to set all my consoles back up. So I've got the 1.0 Xbox has no mod chip, and it's going to have the Xbox HD Plus or Xbox HDMI. That's TSOP flashed, so it's a soft modded but hard modded. Really, it's got M8 BIOS on it. So that's the TSOP is going to just be that. That's what I used to have. That's actually in one of my old videos. Then my second console is going to have the Xbox, the Open Xenium, which currently has Sir BIOS on it, but I'm gonna put M8 back on that. And then that is gonna have the Xbox HDMI or Xbox HD Plus. Sorry. Then I think I'm gonna take the actually maybe I'll leave that with the Stellar. I don't know. I'm not sure. Then I'm gonna install a brand new Stellar and the Stellar Xbox HD Plus in that new console. I don't know. I have a bunch of garbage. Hey, Artemis. All right. Sorry. Let's dive right into it because there's a lot that we can do. So, the video that I want to make, and I guess I'll just talk because here's why I want to make videos again. Not to say that I don't like streaming. Okay, I just want to be honest. What am I doing here? I gotta change this back. I think I want to make another attempt at, the YouTube videos thing. And this is what I mean by, we'll take a look at the stats. This is the reason, well, not just that. Okay, let me back up. I've been thinking about making a website, a blog, I suppose. Okay, well, I'll back up a step further, and I had a different idea, which I don't think is going to work. I originally had an idea to make a website that was basically like iFixit guides, right? So you have these nice pictures and things, so that people, not just me, but other people could come and then create guides. That is the reason why I posted that. Would you ever pay a subscription to high quality written guides instead of videos, like an alternative to videos, right? Is written guides, because people have mentioned that some people would rather have written guides than video guides. So I thought about, how could I provide that sort of a service so that people could, either I could write guides and share them, or other people could make guides and share them, and then how could people monetize those? And I don't mean that, I mean monetize in like the least evil way, I guess, right? Just because creating guides for other people, it's different than like, oh, PixelFX should write their own guide. That's not what I mean, right? If PixelFX chooses not to, or they don't have good enough guides, other people can choose to write better guides, right? That's kind of a thing with YouTube video guides, right? So that ended up being a lot of work. I was learning how to make a React app, and it's just a lot of effort. So then I thought, okay, well, instead of doing this, maybe I can make a blog instead. So basically like retro modding news type stuff, but not to say like copy Bob, but like be an alternative to Bob, like a second source of well, I mean, there's other sources now. There's Time Extension, Retro Dodo, blah, blah, blah. But they don't really focus on, hardcore sort of modding and all the tiny, bleeding edge sort of mods that people do from week to week and day to day. So that's what I liked doing about when I was doing weekly retro modding news videos, was talking about that sort of thing. That's the reason I posted the other what is it called? The poll about would you rather watch videos about retro modding content or installation or tutorials and things, or just content, or would you rather watch a video? And it was like 90% people wanted to watch videos. So this is even before I got even kind of started building the blog. Not just writing, I wanted to make one from scratch, build a website, content management system sort of from scratch. So I'm like, okay, forget this. I would rather, let's just make YouTube videos instead. So this is just some interesting info, right? I have to be pickier about the videos that I make, okay? And I know I'm probably talking to like two people, but it's interesting. If people watch the VOD, maybe they find this interesting. So this is my analytics, okay? So if we go to analytics and we go to just content, right? We can see some interesting things about the lifetime of my channel, and basically the lifetime of my channel is like the last 3 or 4 years, like since the beginning of COVID. Well, maybe like the first year of COVID is when I started. So, there's interesting details about like what people watched recently, which is all going to be, live streams. But if we go to just videos and then we do things like, lifetime. This is lifetime stats of my most watched videos. More detailed than just you would find on my content, or if you go to my YouTube channel and look at content on my YouTube channel. Wow, I have more than 1 million views. Dang. Some of those views are from a video that's unlisted, actually. Okay, so how do we find the right thing. Is it this, or do I want to just go to, oh, maybe it is just content. Then videos. Yeah, I guess it's this. So this is all-time stuff, right? So this is the most watched videos. Oh, no, this is recent. Damn, how do I get to this? There we go. So this is actually that video that's unlisted. I have this this video about how I fixed a gas gauge in my Infinity with just a super magnet. This video has 300,000 views. You can't see the top of it. It's cut off because of my face, but 300,000 views, and I unlisted it. This is back when I first was starting my... Actually, I made this video 7 years ago. And when I was first trying to monetize my YouTube channel, more people were coming in because of this one video than all of my retro content altogether, so I unlisted it. So people can find it still because people posted about it on like Infinity forums and stuff. But it got crazy views, and it was doing nothing for people coming and subscribing to this that didn't want to watch my retro content. Nowadays, that's not how it works. Subscribers mean nothing now. It's all individual pieces of content, but okay, sorry. So my most watched video, other than that, is the 3DS video. Okay, so it makes me kind of kick myself that I didn't make that loopy video, a YouTube video, but that's right. But, so the other content is basically like versus content, right? So after the 3DS video, comparing the 8-bit-DOE replacement PCB for the N64 controller to make it a wireless Bluetooth controller, comparing that to the NSO controller was my #1 watched video. After that is comparing PicoBoot to GC Loader. Okay, so what's coming out now? Flippy Boot. So that you know, I will probably also make that video comparing PicoBoot and GC Loader to Flippy Drive. Also, RetroTink 5X versus the OSSC. Once the analog bridge comes out, I'll probably have my own take on the Morph versus the RetroTink 4K. I don't know how that's going to go. It's probably going to get destroyed, but because people hate the Morph. But yeah, it is what it is. And then also the OGX 360 is after that. So basically, that's where I want to focus in the beginning, right? So it's going to take a while for me to make these videos, but the #1, the simplest one that I can think of to make, and I don't mean this like it is just is what it is, right? Like it's just I got to get, you know, dip my toes back into it easily. So I'm going to make a comparison between basically the three, what I think are the three kind of viable Xbox wireless options, okay? So the three options currently, well, actually one of them is not even out yet, but it will be relevant, you know, in the coming future. First is the Retro Fighters Hunter, right? So I've got the Hunter here. Second is Darth Cloud's BRX, and basically using whatever Bluetooth controller you want, but you know, primarily for me, it's the Xbox, you know, Series controller because I like that. Third is kind of similar, right? Still using the Xbox Series controller, but I'm going to update from the OGX 360 T4, which that's that high watched video. Where's the thing that goes along with it? So here's the OGX 360 T4 that I have in that video. This video, that's 6 from the bottom there, with the 8-bit-DOE USB adapter. Okay. So this is an alternative to this, the BRX. Basically, it's, you know, sort of similar features, I would say. So, I think the most interesting stat to compare all these things, you know, I think if you're just looking at the Hunter, you know, it is what it is. Either you're gonna like it or you're not gonna like the shape, right? And then really, the main difference, the main thing that I want to compare is the latency of all three, right? Well, not the main thing, but one of the major stats is the wireless latency of all these three options. Live stream or video content, I'll be here. Thanks, Belmont. You're a real one. Okay, so anyways, I want to learn how to use. If you've ever seen MiSTer add-ons, MiSTer add-ons has this. Let me pull it up. MiSTer add-ons has this list Let's see, MiSTer add-ons, lag. He has this input latency page. Is it down here? Where's the actual spreadsheet? Oh, here we go. He has this huge spreadsheet of all these different, mostly wired, but some of them are wireless, right? And he has a, does this actually have the results too? How do we get over? Oh, wow. Look at all the, how do we even navigate this beast? Okay, so we can go over here and we can look at things like the average latency, right? Standard deviation. So like the lower the milliseconds, the oh my god, 128 seconds or milliseconds. Anyway, so I want to know the latency of all three of these options, right? So to do that, tonight I'm just going to limit it to Xbox controllers because that's what I'm interested in testing for that first YouTube video. Okay, so Zez Retro has a video about, if there's an actually if you look in the description of this video, there is a GitHub repository that it's kind of in a weird spot. I had to type MiSTer add-ons lag test GitHub, and here's the input latency testing for MiSTer. I wish there was more details in this GitHub repository. There's little to no actual information about how to actually use it. The Zez Retro video, which I'm going to actually pull up because we're going to watch some of it, and we're going to kind of follow along. As far as I know, it's like the guide. How do we find this? Zez Retro lag. Maybe lag testing MiSTer? Sure. Hey, my video comes up. It's funny. Here it is.
Have you ever been playing?
Oh, so loud. Okay, so let's nuke this. So we're gonna watch this, a little bit of this. We're not gonna like watch everything. And we're gonna follow along kind of step by step and how to hook all this stuff up. So I guess I'll sort of explain. You do need a bunch of things. You need a MiSTer to do this lag testing. Well, you don't need a whole MiSTer. You can in that GitHub repository is actually a shield or like an I/O board, I suppose. So you, instead of buying an I/O board, you can make the one that's in that repository. Yeah. So you need a MiSTer and that basically a D10 Nano, not a whole MiSTer, D10 Nano. Well, actually, I'm unsure because you need a USB connection too, I think. Anyways, and you also need in the repository, they mention a Pro Micro, which actually Arduino does not make a Pro Micro. They make a Micro. So I bought an Arduino Micro thinking it was the same thing. But when they talk about the Pro Micro, that's actually the SparkFun version of the Arduino Micro. So the Arduino Micro is bigger a little bit. It has more pins than the SparkFun Pro Micro, but it should be compatible with the thing. So we have to be running a sketch basically, or some kind of software on the Arduino. And so that's the first thing that I bought, and I have a MiSTer. Second thing that I have is I have a USB. Yeah. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I have actually, let me just do the overhead. Hello? Oh, I have a USB to, hold it. A USB type A, so this goes into the MiSTer, to male Xbox. So then any of the adapters basically, or even if you wanted to, an original Xbox controller can plug into this, and you can use that as a USB controller, which is perfect for MiSTer. So that's one aspect, right? So basically you have to connect your controller as USB to the MiSTer. So that's kind of another part that we need. Then finally, basically we're going to, I'm not sure, which one did you guys rather see? Would you rather see the Xbox Series? So basically I'd have to take this apart and find a button. You don't need to have like everything, or take apart everything on this, but I need to find a button that I can map in MiSTer to a special core. So there's a special core that runs on the MiSTer, then there's a sketch or whatever that runs on the Arduino, and basically the Arduino is going to cause a button press. We have to solder wires into the controller. So it fires off a button press for the controller, and it goes to the MiSTer core, and then it basically round trips back to the Arduino, and that tells you how long, how much latency there is in that wireless connection. So, would you rather see the series controller, or would you rather me do the Hunter? The Hunter, gotta be honest, is probably gonna be easier to take apart and solder wires to. So that's really the options. I do need to go into MiSTer and set this core up first. So like, you guys can ruminate on that. I'm gonna download, we're gonna go to here. I need to download the core. Is it the test core? I guess it's test core. Hey everyone, you wanna see the Hunter? Yeah, I'm so worried, I stopped my stream. All right, so you want me to do the Hunter. Which would you rather see if you just joined Altraces? Would you rather see, I have to solder wires to a controller to do button testing. Would you rather see the Hunter or the Series, Xbox Series controller? Because I have to do both eventually. Yeah. So, I gotta download this. Let's just download this whole repo here. We'll dive into that. Okay, so let's extract this bad boy locally. Okay, so we got this guy. Now I think this is the core here, test core, NES lag tester. Honestly, I don't know the difference. Haha. Okay, got it. Well, yeah, the series controller, I looked up a tutorial. It looks very complicated to take apart. So I'm hoping that this is less complicated. I need to find how to put wires or solder wires between them. So yeah, yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so thankfully, also there is shoot. Hold that thought. Okay, so let's actually. I've got to dive into the MiSTer. Here's my keyboard. I need to find out what URL it is because I'm trying to FTP. Or not URL. Sorry, my mind's all over the place today. Here we go. 209. Okay. So 192. 209 IP address. Okay. So now we should be able to copy. Oh, I was typing the. Wait, that's correct. What the heck? Hold on. I don't know why this doesn't work. Work, stupid. Okay, it was working earlier. .192 dot. It's gonna yell at me, isn't it? Okay, that means I have to just take the SD card out. That's annoying. I thought this was gonna work. Let's see, do I have a... Is there an FTP utility or something? This worked earlier, now it's not. It's annoying me. Input test? No, I don't think that's it. Whip. I need to append FTP in front of it. Okay, that's interesting. It didn't allow me to do that. Or can you do that straight from Windows Explorer? So FTP, because I. All right, well, let's just try it. 192.168.4.209. Well, all right. Well, I guess I'll need to install maybe an FTP client. Do I have one installed? No, I don't. All right, FileZilla, here we come. All right, I'll just do FileZilla. That's fine. It was literally working earlier, so I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. Okay, sorry. Got some minor technical difficulties. Okay, so to use the Hunter, I need to get the Hunter dongle. So let's get the Hunter dongle. Maybe I should install... I don't know. I guess I would rather not update anything yet. I'll just see what it's like with the firmware that is on it already. Or should I just install the latest firmware anyways? I don't know. I don't know if it doesn't have the latest firmware. Okay, FileZilla is going. Oh, this is all the, don't yell at me, please. Potentially unwanted app, my bunghole. Ding-a-ding. Hey, thanks, thanks, Ryan. Okay, FTP client dot virus. Just kidding. Okay, sorry. I'm still trying to work on getting the core. So step 1, download the repository that's in the description. Step 2, inside of a folder, there's a folder, or inside of the where did all my folders go? Okay. Unzip the repository, and inside of the test core, there's a NES folder. There's an NES lag tester MiSTer core that needs to make its way onto your MiSTer. So I'm trying to do that now. Oh my God, AVG, how did it frickin' install AVG? What in the heck? FileZilla, you're evil. Installed AVG antivirus on my computer. Why? Okay, anyways. 192.168.4.209. I think the default password is something like, let's see, MiSTer default FTP login. It's something weird. The password, the name is root. What the heck? The username is root, not Groot, root, and the password is 1. Okay, go. Okay, great. We did it. Oh God, terrible. Okay, sorry, we're here, right? I think we're here. Undo this. Why is it? Where are we now? What's happening? This is not where I want to be. Why? Why? How? What is happening? Am I getting hacked? FTP is 21, right? I don't understand. How do we get to... Someone help me. User root. Oh, I see. I was not in the right folder. That's weird. By default, it goes into root or something. Okay. We're getting closer. There's more folders now. Where's the SD media? No. Media? Mount? God, I'm such a MiSTer scrub. Okay, I see a fat. There's a fat thing. Is this where all the things are? Cores? I guess this is it, right? Fat. Where the heck? It looks like there's a bunch of stuff in here, so that's good. Okay. So console. No, let's go into utility. So I'm going to drop that bad boy there. God, that was super painful, and I'm sorry. Ryan just dropped a $10 super chat or super sticker or whatever, and I just biffed it. Okay, great. Cool. Console for cores. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put it in this utility folder because I think utility can have cores in it too. All right, so let's switch back. Let's switch back to here. And let's see if we can find it. Hello? Oh, no. I didn't have one white claw earlier. That wasn't me. That ain't me. This is the most scuffed stream that has ever been. Okay. All right. Let's go to cores. Or no, utility. Do I have to restart? Great. Here it is. Okay, let's dive into there. Okay, did that do anything? All I know is I need to set up the controller, like assign buttons. I think. Maybe we should watch the damn video. All right, so I've got the core, and it's running, so I don't know what to do next. So let's go to the Zez video. Just working here while you work there. It's like I'm not at the shop by yourself. Yeah, I understand. I actually have an addiction to watching YouTube videos. So I just watch YouTube videos in the I'm here for the post of White Claw. One White Claw, yeah. Okay, let's go into the Zez video because that might help us here.
Game and you miss that final game.
Hopefully it's not too loud.
Buzzer beating shot.
Okay, so let's skip the intro.
And Pork Chop Express from MiSTer Add-ons. I'm gonna leave links to the project in the video description. The lag tester unit itself is built around an Arduino Pro Micro.
See, this is the. Can you guys hear it? Is the volume okay? This is the SparkFun. Actually, there's a ton of clones. The Pro Micro, Arduino doesn't make a Pro Micro. The Micro, they make a Micro. So they make a bunch of different things, right? They make a Mini, like a Pro Mini or something. Arduino, the actual fat, big Arduino is the original Arduino, the big, giant one. Then there's like a Mini Arduino, which is like sort of a little bit bigger than this. It's more like an ESP32 size board. That's a smaller Arduino. They call it an Uno. So it's a smaller Arduino Uno. Then there's some Arduino Leonardo, and this is a smaller Arduino Leonardo. The Pro Micro is a smaller micro, just has less pins. It just makes it smaller. But also, I think the difference between the normal Arduino and the Leonardo is the Leonardo has a built-in USB connection, or can connect to things with USB built in. So, okay. So we've got this. It's just a little bit different, right, than this one, but it should work. I think it's going to work still with the Sketch for the Pro Micro. So just, you might be confused. You might be trying to type in Pro Micro to try to find the Arduino, but Arduino doesn't make a Pro Micro. They're talking about the SparkFun Pro Micro, but there's a lot of clones of that SparkFun Pro Micro.
Controls the lag test. So the first part is we need to solder 2 wires from the Arduino to the controller, and this allows the Arduino to fire off button presses. Now we need to wire in the return signal back from the MiSTer. And to do that, we're going to use just a general 2.0 USB cable. We're going to cut it, take out the 4 wires. We're going to stick one end into the I/O board, and then the other 2 wires we are going to solder into the Arduino, and that allows it to complete the round trip. Now when the test is started...
Okay, so that's kind of the... Not sure what happened. So I'm going to wait a minute so people can confirm that it's not frozen. sure what happened. So
Oh,
wait a minute.
we're back.
People can,
we're back.
confirm that's not frozen.
Have an encoder, some kind of encoder issue. Don't know. Okay, I think we're back. It's watching Bluey on the 4K in the other room. Heck no, I have fiber internet and a gigabit Ethernet connection to all of my computers in the house. Okay, nice. All right, we're back. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Okay, so that was the intro. I think we got that before that was Zez's sort of overview of the project. Did a dog just bark? So we need to watch how he's going to build it. Oh, never mind. That was my girlfriend sneezing. All right, we're back.
Doing the test today with this Buffalo USB pad. It's
Okay, so he's using a wired controller. It should not make a difference because I said we have the whole. We've got the wireless dongle plugged into a USB adapter, which is kind of cool because actually original Xbox controllers are really just a USB 2 thing. So this is just a straight pass-through sort of thing. So yeah.
Picked up in Japan in the junk bin. Works
Oh, hold on.
perfectly, and
Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
And it's a very simple design, which will make it easier for us to work on.
Oh,
Now
so I think what happened when we dyed is I forgot to mention that I also have, Zez mentioned that he uses a USB cable that he plugs into the user port of the MiSTer, and then that plugs into the Arduino to complete the circuit. I actually have a USB breakout board. So this is a USB 2.0 to, it's really just to expose the pins because the user port is not really a USB cable, I don't think. So this is really just a way to expose the different connections in there. So we need to put wires from here to our Arduino after. So that's another piece that I forgot to mention that I have. So I'm not going to be mangling a USB cable. I have that little thing to use.
to need to open the controller and
all right, so I think that's what we have to do also is open this controller and see what we're looking at. I'll worry about the software after. He didn't really get into it yet. I think he deals with that at the end. So let's bust open this controller for science. Should be pretty easy. Oh, I have my Xbox bolts that I was using earlier. So I'll just have to use that bin. Okay. These look like just normal Phillips jobbies. Doesn't look like there's that many. There's this one up here. I hate taking apart controllers because they never go back together without squeaking. So I'm really doing this for science. Because I know that this thing is going to be not... As soon as you open a controller, it's going to be all creaky and stuff. Well, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so then there's two more each in the... Oh, can't fit in there. All right, hold on. I need to get another little shindig. This should work. No, sponsored by iFixit. I wish that iFixit would sponsor me. Dang. I know that Macho Nacho is sponsored by iFixit. Oh, well, it's connected. That's interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I think I actually want to be in the MiSTer core. Correct? Because I need to map. Well, actually, you know what? We need to find out what button we can access. First. I think technically what I wanted to do is I wanted to map a button in the MiSTer core. Yeah, probably. You're probably right, Ryan. All right, so let's just... Oh, God. Oh, has this got a bunch of clips in it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Am I going to ruin this controller to get it apart?
Oh, is this a secret hidden screw maybe? Maybe this little black thing is a secret. Oh, unless there's a secret screw behind the sticker. I don't feel a little nubbin. I hope this is a secret screw and not. Oh, that's a reset. That's a button. Okay, well that actually just restarts it. Under the sticker? It is under the sticker? Gosh. Where under the sticker? I don't like this. Okay. Well, here. I have an idea. I don't think we're going to get this done in one stream. Dang. I'm going to turn the air down. I put it on like 150C. I have a spudger. Let me just see if I can take the sticker off without ruining it. Just heating it up with some hot air. This is not very warm. I'm blasting my... I mean, it's warm. It is, but it's not like anywhere close to soldering temperature. Oh, God. This sticker don't come off. Who is calling me? What in the world?
After my, I mean, it's warm. It is, but
Hello?
anywhere close to soldering temperature.
Hello?
Hi. Can you hear me?
The sticker was just a guess.
Can you hear me okay, though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, I don't... Oh, it's coming off.
All right, I'll let you go. I just didn't want you to do anything crazy. I was just guessing.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
See you later. Okay, no screw behind the sticker. Huh. Okay, well, I have a spudger. The front here comes off. Seems like it separates. This is kind of sus. All right, where's my spudger? Hold on. Let me get that spudger. I had a spudger. You guys have seen me use my spudger. I have one. The sticker police called me. Yeah. Oh God, I don't know where my spudger is. My gosh, has anyone ever taken one of these apart? I'm sure. I don't freaking know, guys. I don't know where my spudger is. And girls, if you're there. Okay. Let's think. We're gonna get into controller disassembly before we even cover the lag testing. I should have taken this stuff apart already. Okay, well, I don't know where my spudger went. Send it. Just one more stream. I 100% think that there's clips everywhere. Oh my gosh. Well, all right. I guess I'm not doing the Hunter controller. Let's try to take apart the Xbox controller. That shouldn't be any more difficult, right? All right. New plan. There's no visible screws on the Xbox controller. What am I doing? Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna take one last look around to see if I can find my spudger. I mean, I have like a credit card or like a plastic credit card-like thing that I used to use for shucking those external hard drives, and I don't know where that is now. My God, I've lost it. All right, I guess I need to Google how to take apart an Xbox controller. Here we go. I should have done something easy. Should I just do something easy? Hey, I have an idea. Just for the sake of science, here, I got an idea. Forget this. Forget this, forget that. Okay, I'll have to do that. I'll have to figure both of those controllers out because that's insane. Even if it means it's dissecting one. Ugh. Okay, I should turn some music on before I go crazy. Turn the music back on. Whew. Okay, we're good. The grips of the Xbox controller should pop off. Interesting. Maybe I should wait to do that though before I have my spudger. All right, I'll have to figure that out. I do have to do that, and I do have to buy some spudgers too so that I have extras. So this is a nightmare. Okay, so instead of that, what I'm going to do instead, I just said instead 1,000 times. Let's just do a wired Xbox controller as a baseline. Okay, fair? So this is still going to be the same setup, right? So it's going to be Xbox controller. I know this is a nasty controller. Do you guys want to see the blue one? Or do you want to see the green one? Ugh, they're both nasty. So the green or the blue? Actually, just for ha-has, how green is the green on the Hunter? Yeah, it's close. All right, whatever. Let's just do the green. Because I just want to get the technique down, right? It's going to be a nightmare finding the actual solder points on the other controllers, but that's a future me problem. Okay, let's take this apart. You're asking retro fighters if there's a guide? Okay, that's fair. I'm going to start taking apart this in the meantime. Because I do need to include, or I would like to include comparisons to the original controller. You know, these screws are nasty. Ugh. Okay, cool. Anything funky in the head in the top here? No. I think these just kind of separate. Oh, actually, you know what? I think this piece, this top piece kind of comes out. Does anybody know how this? Oh, wait, I forgot a screw down here. There is a screw under the sticker. Okay, well that one's kind of stuck in there. Okay, we're good. So I know I maimed the sticker. Sorry. So this should just kind of come apart. Okay. So what I was trying to say is that where the memory card slots go is sort of, it's a third piece. It's like if I try to take apart, I don't know which way it needs to go. Oh, yeah, so if I take off the back, the memory card slot part is a third piece, so it just floats there. Okay, good. All right, nice. So we need to find, I think it would just behoove us to flip it over and find a Well, what we're supposed to do, oh gosh, did that thing fall out? No. What we need to do is map one of the buttons in the core, I believe. But, oh, look at that. It comes off pretty easily. That's nice. Okay. Oh, there's like test points. Fine, that's easy. So I'm assuming that like normally how controllers work, I'm just getting a pointing device. How controllers work is there's two carbon pads or two, conductive pads, and the button pushes against. Oh, this is the D-pad, isn't it? Shoot. Okay, so the D-pad might work still. That's fine. I guess that's interesting. So is there something underneath here for the buttons then? This thing is the carbon pad that it pushes down, so the buttons don't have a. Here's the A, B, X, Y, and black and white buttons. They don't actually have a carbon contact. That's interesting. So it pushes this paper down, maybe. Okay, but here's the D-pad, which is fine. So we can use the D-pad. So what normally happens is some other piece of conducting material comes by. When you press the button down, it bridges the contact together and forms a circuit. So what we need to do is we need to solder a wire to bridge one on one side, one on the other side, and then the Arduino is going to bridge the gap for us. It's just the screws, no internal clips, but you need to pry it a bit. You'll probably want to do either the start or back since they're digital buttons. Oh, hey Dustin. So you don't think I should use the D-pad? That's interesting. So I want to get back to this bad boy. You may need to pry it a bit. Yeah, okay. Retrofighters. You gonna send me a controller, Retrofighters? If I bust it. Oh, wait. Progress. Ah! Yeah. Okay. Nice. So they're kind of clips. Get this piece of shit out of here. They're kind of clips here, but they come off easily enough. Hey, all right, we're in. Look at that. Where is the battery in here? Okay, so I'm assuming that this is the battery. So let's disconnect. I guess we're back to the Retrofighters because that was easy enough. Wow, look, they have weights in them. Did you guys know that? That's cool. There's weights here to make the controller heavier. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, sorry, we're back. Okay, so these are the backs of these buttons. Wait, are these all test pads? So can I bridge one of these wires? So let me zoom in. I should be able to put one of the Arduino wires. You know what? Let me unplug the battery before I blow this thing up. Don't let me forget to plug the battery back in. Okay. Just putting that back in so I don't lose the rumble motor. Okay. Okay, so let me get my microscope so we get a little better view here. Thanks for contacting Retrofighters. That's crazy. Okay. Where are we at? Here. Okay. Turn my overhead off so we can see this better. Okay, so on the PCB are these little test pads, okay? What we need to do is we need to find a test pad. So I'm guessing these, right? So here's A, here's black, here's white. So maybe we'll use either the black and white buttons, but we can also use, X, A, so maybe A. A might be good because I think that already is mapped. I mapped that one already. So we need to connect a wire to this and then another one to ground. Is there a ground? I don't know what positive and negative is for. I think that's distinctly different than, oh, here's a ground. Okay, so there's a ground here. Cool, so this has all the pads broken out already, right? This would be perfect for this then. Okay, cool, great. So let me get a, I'm just guessing, right? I really don't know if these are just test pads. I'm assuming these are test pads that we can use. So I think this controller is already connected to in the core, although, you know, it's pretty much together still. If I flip it over, here, let me go back to the other camera. If I flip it over and if we need to do some button mapping in the core, we can still do that because everything is pretty much together, which is kind of cool, actually. All that came apart was really the back piece, which is like nothing. Okay. All right, so let's solder a wire to A. Oh, sorry, I need to go to the microscope. To A and that ground. So let me get, should I use magnet wire? Something small, just in case I have to like use it or something? I guess it doesn't really matter. I got this wire that we can use. It's 30 gauge magnet wire, and if I had to shut it into the console, I think we can. All right, let's solder. Let's pre-tin this ground pad. Hope it'll be easy. Oh, let's freaking turn on the soldering iron first. That would be the best thing we could do. Also, unplug the battery. The battery connector is here. I already unplugged it. Just a pro tip. All right, let's turn the air conditioner off too. All right, let's get this bread. Oh God, really, is this gonna be that hard to solder to? Oh, we're good. Okay, we got ground. And then let's just stick with A, right? We can do A over here. Okay, A. Neat. Okay, so I'm gonna solder this red Kynar wire that I've got, or wire wrapping wire. Let me, I need some wire strippers. Dustin, if you're still here, did you make any progress on the thing? The 8-bit dough thing? No, I'm not trying to like pressure you. Just curious. Okay. So we're tinned there. Sorry, I know it's like hard to see with the light. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be connected there. All right, so I'm gonna leave a bit of length. Whatever, I don't know, like a foot. It doesn't really need to be, I don't think it needs to be that long. We're just gonna be connecting it to the Arduino. And then I have a white, I don't have a black wire, I have white. Hey, Retro Fighters, how's it going? We're totally not soldering wires to your controller for doing latency testing. Definitely not. Totally not. All right. Let's tin. I'm off screen tinning the white wire. Okay. Should be enough flux on this already just to send it. Oh, gosh. Okay, great. All right, so we have, in conclusion, we have a wire on red and a red wire on A. Sorry, I'm not thinking. Red wire on A white wire on ground. That should be what we need. I pre-watched the Zez video, so I know I cut some of that out, but we can go back to it now to see what we actually need to solder the other. It's for the kids, yeah, for the kids. Let's go back to the video now and read the other, or watch the other part, what we have to do next. Switching. Switching to window capture. Where's the YouTube video?
And you think
Here we go. Oh no, this
Sure.
is Bob. I was watching Bob. Okay, here we go.
black parts get bridged.
Okay, so
from the
he
controller
actually
buttons
goes
one wire
crazy
onto a from padding.
and drills a hole.
What you the
Look at this
trace
crazy.
comes out
He drills
on
a
the
hole to make a
other
via
side.
on
This
this
is why
random
I
poor pad
selected
here.
A really simple controller that has a simple PCB without controller.
Okay.
I then wire the active signal to pin 5 and ground on the controller goes to a ground on the Arduino.
Okay, so Dustin said, received an 8-bit adapter over the weekend, spoke with Risey, and we went over some of the protocol overhead required, but it shouldn't be too much work. Okay, so I'm not putting words in Dustin's mouth, or I'm not trying to cause him work, but I asked him to try to work on using the where'd it go now? Where is it now? Just so the Project Stellar has an ability to let you plug wired USB controllers into using kind of like the reverse of the dongle that I have now. So you can plug USB controllers, or even the series controller with a wired connection, right? So you can plug a wire from here, and then there's an adapter that lets you plug it into an original Xbox, okay? And use a wired USB controller with Project Stellar, so that you don't, like, you can use more controllers with just a very cheap adapter. I asked if he would see if they could get straight the 8-bit adapter to work, right? So instead of needing the OGX Mini, which is what the other piece that I'm waiting for still, you could just take this USB, plug it into a USB, and it would convert it to the Xbox controller, and you could use this straight into it, which would require, like, basically all you would need is this. So that's the thing that maybe he's working on. Okay, so let's get back to the video.
Now I just have to screw them in.
Oh.
You're going to make the return cable using an old USB 2.0.
Where did you screw it into?
Just have to screw the active signal to pin 5, and ground on the controller goes to a ground on the Arduino.
Okay, so he said it and I just wasn't listening. Okay, so let's go to the overhead camera. Here's me Arduino. Okay, we got to find pin 5. Okay, pin 5 is up here. Okay, so I'm going to solder the red wire. I have way too much wire. The red wire goes up there. Okay, so let's cut it. Shoop. And we can tin it. Okay, so this goes up through pin. Now, also granted, I haven't flashed anything yet either, so I don't know if I think this should be fine. I need more length. All right, see you later, Ryan. Thanks for reaching out to Retrofighters. Oh gosh, did I just rip that part off? Okay, good. I have more wire now. Okay, pin 5 on the Arduino. Again, I want to reiterate that this is an Arduino Micro, not the Pro Micro, which is a SparkFun product, okay? But it is compatible. Or I should say the Pro Micro is compatible with the Arduino Micro. Okay, so that's that. Now I need to solder the white wire, which is my ground pad, to the there's a ground pad. Gosh, sorry. I know you guys, I didn't zoom in a lot, but there's a white ground wire or ground pad about there-ish. Okay. So after I solder this, I probably can turn or plug the battery back in the controller. Okay. Okay, terrible soldering, but that's fine. We're in a hurry here. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so now we have our quote-unquote round trip, or our buttons connected to the controller here. I'm going to plug it back in and turn it on. Okay. We should just be able to flip it just to show you that it's connected. It is connected there. Okay, so let's keep watching the video.
Now I just have to screw them in. You're going to make the return cable using an old USB 2.0 cable. The port at the
Okay,
side
so this
of
is
the
what I was
wire
talking about.
looks like a USB port, but it isn't actually USB. It's just a convenient plug that uses 4 data lines. You need to get a USB 2.0 cable and cut the male end off.
So I have this instead.
The male end off. There are 4 wires inside, and you need to connect the green cable to pin 2, and black cable goes to ground. Alternatively, you can find these cheap USB.
Okay, so D plus to 2 and ground to ground. Okay, so I have this. I just need to solder wires onto the bottom here. So let me get like 30 gauge, probably should be fine. 30 gauge-ish wire. Well, what do I got here? Well, 26 gauge, whatever. So I've got, I need a bit of length just to get it from, well, over there to here. I have a bunch of crap on my table now. Okay. I'm trying to scoot it closer to the MiSTer port. Okay, so we have that much. Well, I guess that's why I'm glad I have a lot of wire here, because thicker wire, better for longer distance. Okay, so I've got a ground wire. Let's go ahead and solder that to that little dongle guy. Oh, sorry, I don't have my overhead camera. Get the overhead camera. Okay, I can scoot this over. Okay, so ground is this top pin here. Oops. Terribly out of focus. Okay. Okay. Oh God, that's a ridiculous amount of solder. Okay, I'm ashamed of that solder joint, but that's right. All right, so for the other one, I'm just going to use like a blue or something for data. Make it just as long. Okay, get the solder wire box out of here. Okay, D plus is the one right next to ground. Okay, great. Okay, so there's the MiSTer end. So that goes into the user port, right? I know I could have used these screw terminals, but whatever. Now the other ends have to go where? D2. Blue is D2. Oh, I forgot I need the... Gotta bring the Arduino back. Okay, where's pin 2? Oh, pin 2 is right here next to ground. Doing my best to get all this visible. Okay, there we go. Pin 2. It's not really visible. I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so this pin 2, and then is there another ground? I guess there is on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to use the ground on the opposite side. That's right. This. Okay, I nailed it. All right, I think we got ground here. Yay, did it. All right, here's our super jank setup, okay? Retro Fighter's controller plugged in, red to the A pad, white to the ground pad, white going to a ground pad, and red to a pin 5. So that's on this side, okay? Now the other side is going to the ground and D plus of this breakout of the user port. Okay, so D plus goes to pin 2 and ground to ground again. So I guess I can plug that in now. Ooh, the controller turned off. That's good. Cool. Now we should just be able to configure the MiSTer core and the Arduino.
Breakout boards on AliExpress, and then you've just got a simple solder and wire job. So to control the lag tester, we need to upload code
I need a USB
in
cable.
Arduino. You can find this code on the MiSTer Add-ons GitHub. I'm going to leave a link in the description. And it's actually a pretty simple, straightforward page of Arduino code. It literally just fires off a signal down one pin and then waits for a return signal on the other pin and then calculates the round trip time. Load the project in the Arduino IDE. Make sure you set the COM port and your...
Okay, so I have to do that. Let's download the Arduino IDE. I don't think I have that. Do I have that on here? No, I don't. So just type in Arduino IDE. Download the Arduino IDE. Oh, I need a... Oh, I can just download. Okay. Yay! Doodaloo! Okay, just installing the Arduino IDE. I think we need to, do we need to hold down the button, the reset button? Maybe not. All right, let's plug in the Arduino. I don't really know how this is gonna go, but YOLO. Whatever, sure. Okay, let's plug the Arduino in. I have a micro USB cable going to my computer. Sorry, skip the step. So there's a micro USB. Probably shouldn't have the controller on right now. That's fine. YOLO. All right, so now select board, unknown COM3 or COM4. Let's try COM3.
And that's a big part of
Oops, wrong tab.
board type. Then compile the code, load the project in the Arduino IDE.
Why is this 360p? Okay, so he selected Arduino Leonardo.
Make sure you set the COM port and your board type.
And let me just, I don't think it will matter, but COM4. Let's just select the same ports. Okay. Okay, so now we need to load the sketch. So we go back to the MiSTer lag test folder, okay? And we go to Arduino. Then inside that folder is this code, this sketch thing, which it will open in the Arduino IDE. We just need to I don't know. Do we need I wonder if we have to install. Gosh. It won't let us select that now. That's sus. Come on, whatever, fine. It just has no, why are you doing this? Okay, whatever. Can I just copy this INI file to the other page that I had? Oh, maybe that's why? Okay, whatever, I'm just copying, pasting all the code. And then we just run it. Yep. Sure do. Oh. Something happening? Downloading index. What does that mean? Oh, downloading the package. The Arduino is slowly flashing. Is it even doing anything? In the bottom right is a downloading thing. Well, don't know what's happening. Don't know what's happening. Do I need to install a driver for the Leonardo? Maybe it's the other COM port. All right, let's try the other COM port. Go. Maybe I hit the reset button on the thing. I don't know. AVG is going to delete it. Oh, it might. That's funny. I forgot that AVG just installed itself. That's so stupid. Don't know. Okay, the Arduino IDE is blowing up. Don't know. All right, let's just try to open this again. This is awful. This is a bad experience. This is why no one does this. Sorry, no offense to anyone. Oh, COM5. Hey, Arduino Micro. That's none of the things that I've got. Okay. It's not an Arduino Micro. Oh, it is a Micro. Okay. Is this using different... I always thought... Ow. Bit my tongue. I always thought the Micro was the same as the Leonardo. Okay, well, alright, send it. Done compiling. Uploading. Oh, no hardware version given. Programmer supports auto address increment. What? This is not going to work because I don't have an Arduino Leonardo. After all that. Done. It just says done uploading, so maybe it worked. I don't know. Sure. Okay. Fine. Let's assume it worked. Oh, does it need to be powered? Does the Arduino need to be powered for the test to work? There's an LED blinking on the bottom. Maybe that's a good sign? I don't know. Okay, we got blinking light. Blue blinky light. Okay. Alright. Now we just watch the rest of the video? Ugh, wrong tab.
Then compile the code and upload it into the device. Once that's done, pull out the USB from the Arduino, plug it back in, and it's now in lag testing mode.
Okay,
however,
we're in lag testing mode.
Testing yet, even though it's powered on, the code is set to only start the lag test when you make a serial connection over the USB port. First up, let's enable 1 millisecond USB polling on your MiSTer by running the script.
So there's a fast polling script that I need to get. Let's go to this. Where's my keyboard? Keyboard? Okay. Do I even have these? So I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of... Dang it. What button is it to get my menu back? Alright, let's go up. Nothing in scripts. What is that script? Is that another piece of the puzzle? I don't have... Where did he go to find that?
Fast polling on and USB polling on.
Oh, it's on a weird menu. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Janky, no. That's your problem. You have a problem with Mr. It's not... Mr. doesn't have a problem with you. Sorry. Trolling. Okay. Where's that scripts folder? I don't have that scripts folder. What did I do? Oh. Okay. Well. Why? It's not the project's problem, it's your problem. Get good. Okay. I don't know where that script folder is. I'm still in the NES core. I need to not be in this NES core. How do I let's just restart. Okay, we're good. Okay, how do I get out of here? There it is, the scripts folder. It's only available in the menu core. Okay. Fast USB polling on. Right? Is that what you said?
On your MiSTer by running the script fastpollingOn.sh. Install and
Okay, great. Fast USB polling on. Go. Can't read that. Oh, okay. Restarted.
fire up the custom NES core, and don't forget to make sure that the button you are firing is mapped to something in the core. Then
Okay, great. Now we can go to utility. Now my freaking keyboard stopped working. Really? Is my keyboard out of batteries? You're effing S-ing me. It is effing S-ing me. Alright, well I have my backup keyboard here. Okay. I think it might have run out of batteries and I don't feel like changing them. USB cable go! Oh, I have 1,000 USB. Oh, here we go. Great. Okay, I found one. I'm just doing a thing. Okay, keyboard plug in. Okay, good now? I don't know what is happening. I gotta restart this again. It looks like my MiSTer was frozen. Okay, maybe I have to unplug the user port thing or the controller. Okay, I guess having the controller plugged in was freaking out the thing. Okay, so I go back to scripts. Fast USB polling. Maybe that controller adapter was freaking out the MiSTer. That's kind of sus. Okay, so fast USB polling is on. Okay, now we need to load that core. So I put it in utility, NES lag tester. Okay. Okay, so we need to, let's plug in the controller again. Okay. It's flashing. Let's turn on the controller. Now it's paired. Okay, good. We need to define the buttons. Okay, so we press whatever, D-pad, right, it's fine, down, up. Okay, A, B, select, start. I don't have Famicom Disk System, so we do what? User menu? Okay, so I think that's it, right? Now what? Because that's everything paired.
Just close the on-screen display before you start.
Okay, so we close the OSD.
You're going to need a telnet tool like putty to make the connection.
Okay, we need putty. Fine. Let's plug in the USB, the user port thing too. I don't want to forget that. Okay, so let's download putty. Download putty.virus.exe. Okay. All right, we got putty. So let's open putty. Okay, now what? Do we need to go to the IP address of our MiSTer?
Choose the same COM port that you selected in the Arduino.
Oh, right to the USB port. Okay, good. Okay, so serial, COM. What worked before 5? COM 5.
And the speed needs to be 115.200.
Okay, 115.200. Okay.
100. And when you make the connection, this starts firing off the first test. What I do is set the putty log file to output to the desktop, and then the log.
Putty log file. Okay, so where's the log file? Okay, so I'm gonna put that sucker on the desktop. Sure, save. Okay, so I just set the log file to go. All right, send it. Did anything happen? Nothing happened. I did get something about installing the Arduino USB driver. That's fun. Okay, so 1,000 USB drivers are installing. I don't think this worked. Let's close the Arduino IDE. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna disconnect the micro. And I guess plug it back in. I don't know. Now we can open the. Let's try to run that Arduino script again. Okay, still COM 5. Upload. Flashing. Flashy, flashy. Done uploading. Okay. Let's try to unplug it and plug it back in again. Oh, maybe it's because I had the let me disconnect the Arduino IDE. Maybe it was trying to connect to it. There. All right, now we can go back into putty. Putty. Let's try our serial connection again. It's COM. It's only one COM here, but it was COM 5 and then what? 115.200. Let's save this as MiSTer lag tester. Save. Nothing. Okay. Things are connected. The controller is connected. What happens if if I hold down A? Okay, we're getting somewhere. So I made the connection A, or if I press a button, if I press the button manually, is what I'm trying to say. So perhaps there's a problem with the wiring. So does that mean like I could manually fire this off? It's not working. So I guess there's some other missing piece here. Should I try the Xbox controller itself? So I guess this means that the Arduino code is running, right? Because if I just hold down A, or any button really, it's firing off this. It's just not making a connection in the controller. Come back. Come back, Dustin, help. What happens if I hold the D-pad? Okay, well, I don't know. The Retrofighter's controller is not working. So let's disconnect that. Let's plug in the wired controller. We've got to do some wiring. All right, let's switch back to this. Okay. Disconnect the battery. I guess this is not what we needed to do to make this connection on this controller. Oops, let's put this aside a minute. Here's our controller, our Xbox controller. I guess I could do the D-pad, right? Because the D-pad's over here, and I see these exposed vias here and there. So if I'm super careful, I should be able to take the solder mask off, right? And just solder our wires onto this instead. All right, let's get the, this is for science. This is really stupid, but that's right. So this is just one of the D-pad buttons. If I take, I need, there it is. If I take my X-Acto, let's just do down, why not? Take the X-Acto and I do this. This is so cringe. Is this even doing anything? Oh yeah, it is, slowly. Oh God, I hate destroying old things like this. I guess I'm doing it for science, right? Let's zoom in. Oh God. Okay. All right, so that's one of these pads. Let's try to solder to it. I'm gonna get a smaller tip. Oh gosh. Oh, error reading from serial. Oh, I'm shorting out the Arduino on the solder. Whoops. Oh, nasty stuff on that tip. Okay. Back. This isn't working at all. What the hell? Maybe I did need a bigger tip. This is awful and terrible at the same time. Guess I don't have enough of this scraped off. I could take my fiberglass pen, but I hate that thing. Oh, let's just try it again with the this. There's so much something on this thing, right? I don't understand. Why won't that solder? It absolutely hates that. It's not having it. Well, there goes that idea. I guess I could just do this, right? There we go, we did it. Okay, well, that's one. A tiny, crappy one. Let's see, can we get a wire soldered to it? Oh, gosh, no. Oh, kind of. Okay, well, it's on there. Hooray! I hate this. All right, let's do the other side. Oh, this is just straight up ground, isn't it? Okay. Okay, where's the other one? I think I need a little bit bigger pad over here. The ground. I hope it's clear to everyone that I don't like doing this. So don't yell at me in the comments or whatever. All right, terrible solder, but that's right. They use plugged via, so they probably filled with epoxy. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, that's all right. We got these wires here. All right. All right, let's try this. Okay, so I got an original controller. The buttons should be mapped to the same thing, so let's connect. Let's get this out of here. Okay. So instead of the Retro Fighters controller, this is like the Apple commercial where they crushed everything. You take that back. I'm so ashamed. Okay. All right, plugging in the wire controller. The wrong way. There we go. Okay, so that goes back into the MiSTer. Now, as far as I know, let's just restart the Arduino also. As far as I know, if we restart PuTTY, right, because our MiSTer core is still coring. Oops. PuTTY blew up. I think I shorted a wire and it freaked out the serial connection. Let's get our MiSTer lag tester going. Oh yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! Okay. The numbers that you're seeing are the latency of this wired controller. Hell yeah. Okay. So this is going to go out to, let's stop this now. Let's see. I'm going to try to clear, there's so many windows open. Let's get to my, this is not what I wanted to do at all. Let's get to the PuTTY log file. Where's the PuTTY log file at? PuTTY. Where did the PuTTY log file go to? Gotta find it. Open logging. Okay, browse. I don't know. New folder. PuTTY log file. Sure. Okay, so that's now on our desktop here. I guess. What happens if I run PuTTY now? Is it going to log to that? So what this is producing is a comma separated. Is this making a log file? There's no log file in here. The heck? Do I have to enable logging? It's printing out. How do I turn logging on? Oh, session logging, none. Printable output, all session output, SSH packets. Okay, I think I just want printable output. And always overwrite it, always append to the end of it, ask the user every time. Okay, fine. Flush the log file frequently. No, so don't flush it at all. Include a header, no. Okay. Excuse me, fine. Let's go back to our... Okay, so it's saved in the right place, that's fine. Okay, so now, actually, I don't know. Is this new? Let's make a new 115-200 or 20, 115-200. Let's update our. I just made a new save session that's MiSTer lag tester with logging. So save that. Let's try it. Okay, so we have a putty log file. So what's happening is this is printing out a comma-separated list of all the times that it did a test. Okay, so and it's putting it in this file. I don't know when it restarts. Maybe when the Arduino restarts the list. I mean. So let's let this run a bit, right? So let this run to like, I don't know, 2,000. When did it start at? 1,200. Okay, so now we have over 2,000 or 1,000. So it started at 1,000 and ended at 2,000. So we have 1,000 tests of latency for this controller, this wired controller. Now, let me pull up. What should we pull up? How about a new Google Sheet? And we're going to copy. Let's open a fresh copy of the log file. Okay, let's copy everything, and we're going to paste it all into. Oh, that didn't go as planned. Okay. Wait a minute. We could do this. We could do. We'll name this .csv. Sure. And then off screen, I'm gonna copy paste the CSV into my Google Drive. There we go. Okay, great. So now I've got this Google Sheet that has all our samples. Okay, so we have what, 1,000? I don't know what happened here. I missed the line here. Delete. We have about 1,000 tests, right? And that I'll clear the bottom one. Delete the bottom one. 1,000 tests here. So the first line is the test number, and the second line or the second cell is how long the round trip from. So the Arduino made a connection to the controller. It went through the MiSTer core, back out of the MiSTer core, back to the Arduino. So that tells you how much latency went through the whole controller. I wanted it to be, obviously, with the wireless controller, because we could still do that if we figure out how to trigger the button of the... I think we're just going to take the Hunter controller apart. Not tonight, but I'll have to take the Hunter controller apart and find the face buttons where those connect, where I can solder, or the D-pad or something, or I can solder across the pad, because I think the test pad, I don't think that's what we want. That's not like going to give us I don't think that's going to give us what we want. So what can we do with these things, right? So if I knew, how do I do this in Google Sheets, right? Function. Let's see, insert function average, and then between, so B1 to, how do I go to How do I do all of B? Let's Google it. Average all cells in column. Google Sheets. Google Shoots. The keyword sounds good. Yeah, this is I'm not sure. This actually might be AliExpress linears. I have this one. This one is probably my favorite. It has Telios V2s, which I can't remember the. Yeah, I like this keyboard a lot. But this one I'm using has just AliExpress ones. I think this keyboard over here has Gateron blacks. One of these has Gateron blacks. I can't remember. Or black ink. Sorry. Okay, so how do you do the whole range? Average an entire column. How do I do it? I thought there was a shortcut. Okay, well, I think I can just select all the things. So if I do average, and then I do, your average. Oh, my God. B1, and then we'll go to the bottom. Oh God. Oh, I need to shift select it all, don't I? There we go. Did that work? Whatever. B1 to, what's the bottom of B1 or B? 958. B958. So a little less than 1,000 lines. Okay, so that gives us let me copy this and put it one below. So the average latency, how do I move this so it's, oops, let me do that. How do I change it so that it goes, horizontal line, there we go. Okay, so the average latency is 5 milliseconds. Now, the baseline, we want to be under, obviously this is good because it's a wired controller. If you just do 60 FPS to milliseconds, what you really need to do is you need to convert one frame. So we need to determine how many milliseconds is one FPS, okay? So to go from seconds to milliseconds, we multiply 1 second by 1,000. So we've got 1,000 milliseconds. So 1,000 divided by, and then how many are we looking for? Wait. Yeah, right? Divided by 60? That doesn't seem right. Is that one frame? Yeah, 60 frames in a second. Okay, so we want one frame from 1,000 milliseconds. There's 16.6 milliseconds in a single frame at 60 FPS, okay? So as long as, and you'd have to do both, right? You'd have to do both the controller and you'd have to do your screen. And as long as both of those together average less than a single frame, that's fine. Obviously, we knew that this was going to be good because it's a USB wired controller. But now we know definitively, you could also do the standard deviation, which I think tells you how spread apart the average is, right? Or how far apart the highest and lowest. Because you do get, with any controller, there is going to be some variability by a little, we're talking millisecond variability, right? So it might be nice to see what was the highest, what was the lowest latency measurement. It's going to be obviously worse with wireless controllers, so it's a shame. I wish that we were able to get that to trigger. So that's going to be my job, is figuring out how to, I guess I'm just going to have to take the face off, take the, I don't even know how to take this apart. Maybe, there's more screws. So I got to take this back whole part off to get to the front of the PCB. And then from there, I'll have to do exactly what I did with the USB controller, or the wire controller, and bridge across the contacts, and then the Arduino can trigger the button press. So in that case, you know, it's going to go to in this case, the Hunter controller is the 2.4 gigahertz controller. So it's going to go from the controller wirelessly to the receiver, then through the USB thing, through the MiSTer core, back out of the MiSTer core to the Arduino. And then that's how we're going to be able to tell that. That's how it works. So a little disappointing we didn't get very far with the wireless controllers. I only have to do it really twice, once for the Hunter and once for the series controller. And then I'll have to just test it with the different USB options. I hope that makes sense. I know this is a terrible, terrible stream. Clutter-wise, you know, it was like kind of all over the place. It took a lot of figuring out how to do. Well, first I thought I was going to rip apart the Hunter controller, so I'm glad that Ryan was here and he was able to speak to retrofighters. Actually, that's kind of cool. And they answered him. And I just had to pull it apart. So we got that struggle first. Then it was how to flash the Arduino, and it was really, I think what happens is when you first plug in, so you need the Arduino IDE. If you plug first, like, try to get the drivers for the Arduino Micro in this case, and I think the way you do that is just connect it to your computer first, not doing anything, and eventually, I got a USB pop up, or how sometimes like a plug and play sort of utility pops up and it has you install drivers and things. I think that's what happened, and eventually it was able to recognize itself in the Arduino IDE menu. Then all you have to do really is load the Arduino script from the MiSTer add-on, the lag tester GitHub. You just open it, which opens it on the Arduino IDE, and then there's a button just says upload. So you upload it, and that's really it after it's connected with USB. And then, you connect the wires in the right spot, both coming from the MiSTer and, coming from the controller. Really complicated. Maybe I should make a video about that eventually too. Just a short and sweet, here's how you do it. I appreciate Zez's video, but there's not enough detail, in my opinion, about how you get things connected, what options to choose, where the files are in the repository. Just idiot proof. Not his video is good for me, overall, but it can help more people. And it sucks that there's no instructions in the GitHub. Maybe I'll ask Mr. Add-ons if I can make some instructions for him to put in the like a wiki page on the GitHub, so that people can follow it. Because that really stinks. Like, no offense to Zez and whatever, you shouldn't have to follow that one video to learn how to do it, unless there's another page that tells you how to do it. But yeah. So, all right. Thanks everyone. We really just lag tested a wired controller instead of. But it's good to know that the Xbox, this is the baseline, I suppose, of Xbox controllers is the OEM controller. So at least we know that one is 5 milliseconds latency. So that's cool. Whew. All right. I hope next time we can work on the computer again, because I need to get cranking on that before Retro World, which is only in like two-ish weeks before we have to go and bring it, and hopefully Lazy Game Reviews is there and you can autograph it for me. So that's the dream. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next time. See you on Sunday.